Focus on verses 47, and 48. You will find those verses. The Gospel of the physician Luke. And it says in the 47th verse, and that servant who knew his master's will did not prepare himself or do according to his will shall be beaten with many stripes. But he who did not know, yet committed things deserving of stripes, shall be beaten with few. For everyone to whom much is given, from him much will be required. And to whom much has been committed, of him they will ask the more. Let us pray. Father, we thank God for her today, as we do always, because she is a wonderful, wonderful wife. We hope you had a wonderful 4th of July. We certainly did, and it's good to be back amongst the saints of God. Briefly, I want to talk from the subject today. Accountability is attached to all of us. Yes. I want to talk about accountability is attached to all of us. Well, Pastor, what is the definition of accountability? It's an obligation or willingness to accept responsibility. Something that church folk shy away from. Or to act or to account for one's actions. Accountability. You know, there are some folk you may run across every now and then who wants to hold you accountable.
Come on, Bishop.
But they don't want to be held accountable. Anybody like that? Yeah, but I'm just saying there's some people every now and again they want to see you do everything just right.
Yes.
But then they're going to kind of do what they want to. But we all have accountability attached to us. The scripture I read, it talks about it. It talks about it. Listen, just because you are not doing anything, Lord have mercy, does not mean you don't have something to do.
That's right.
Am I right about that?
Right.
God did not just save you to bring you in here just to sit.
Come on. Yeah.
And just look. There's something he has for you to do.
Yes. Amen.
God don't do that. He don't touch people. He don't save people. And they don't respond. They want him to do something toward and for him. Am I right about that?
You're right.
Yeah. Nowhere in the scripture will you find that Jesus did not have something for those who had touched to do. He even told this one man, go show yourself to the priest.
That's right.
After he had what? Touched him.
Yeah.
So this individual had to account for the actions of what? Getting up and going and following what Jesus said.
That's right. Amen.
Go show yourself to the priest. Because what? He's been blessed. He's been touched. In that day and time when you had leprosy, you couldn't go around folk.
That's right.
But because of the incident because Jesus touched him and healed his leprosy, he told him, now you can go show yourself to the priest, because that's what they were supposed to do. But in that is what? Obedience. In that is action. In that is accountability. And if you can ever get church folk to be accountable, we're getting somewhere.
That's right. Amen.
Now, I know. You can't put everybody in the same bucket, and I'm not doing that. But I am trying to inspire those that's not doing to what? Start doing. You don't have to usher, but you just see something on the floor, pick it up. People think you got to have a title. Think you got to have a title attached to you before you can pick up a piece of paper. Well, we call you janitor. How about that? Is that all right? We'll just call you that. If it calls you to be what? Become active. It's amazing though how we view this walk with God. It's amazing how we view God. Do you not know He is the God that created the heavens and the earth? He's the one, amen, who watches over us all week and all night long. He's the one that shelters us from storms and keeps our bodies healed and keeps the pestilence from overtaking us. He's God. We ought to honor Him more than what we do. And a lot of times it just starts with being accountable. But you know, something else is attached to accountability. There has to be faithfulness. You don't have one without the other. And on top of faithfulness, I can tack on this here. You got to have obedience. And then we can tack something else on. You got to have dedication. And Lord, let's go ahead and commit. Commitment got to be put in there. Now, if you have all of those items resting upon you and in you, you ought to be, amen, an excited child of God. Can't wait to do whatever needs to be done for God. And for His house. And for the people of God. Accountability. And listen, you may not think so, but it's attached to you. I ain't the preacher. I ain't confessed nothing. It's still attached. I preacher. I ain't said I was saved. It's still attached. Because when God created you, He created you for His own purpose. A lot of times we forget the fact that you are created for God. He makes us His peculiar people. And once we become His peculiar people, automatically we are supposed to become active. I wish I could see more active folk in the church of God today. I really do. Amen. Other than just coming to see what choir going to sing. Y'all ever help me here? Coming to see, amen, what song they going to sing. You got folk like that, they'll line up their whole monthly schedule. And they'll show up on those days when their choir singing. They'll show up on those days when their favorite preacher's preaching. But then other than that, don't let it be a guest preacher. But the fact of it is, I'm just trying to help us today to understand that we have accountability. All of us do. And you need to understand. Take this message to heart. Apostle Paul talks about in 1 Corinthians 3:8. Paul said, each one of us will receive his own reward according to his own labor. You got to understand, honey, in this walk of life, everything is being recorded. God is seeing all we do, all we have, and our actions, our attitudes. Amen. All is being, amen, kept up with. He says that each one work will what? Become clear. For the day will declare it because it will be revealed by fire. And the fire will test each one's work of what sort it is. So, preacher, what you saying with that? I'm saying you just don't come in here and sit and have no purpose and reason at all. You need to know you're working out your own soul salvation. You need to know that God is looking upon you and He's watching and He's observing all that we do, say, and how we also would act. Accountability. You don't hear that much mentioned about, amen, but it's important because we have to be accountable. The scripture tells us that. Let me go a little further here. It says, if anyone's work which he is built on endures, he will receive what? A reward. If anyone's work is burned, he will suffer loss. Sometimes we don't look at God being the kind of God He is, but He's kind, He's merciful, He's long-suffering. But God has a day set in place where we all going to have to stand before Him. We are. And the Bible says give account of the things that we've done. Amen. Amen. Is that right? Amen. Yeah. So I wrote down here, listen, the more resources, talents, and understanding we have, the more we are responsible to use them effectively.
Yeah.
And see, you got so many folk want a title but don't want the work that come with it.
That's right. Amen. Come on, man.
You got so many folk that want gift, but when they get it, they're going to sit down on it.
Come on, that's right.
But you got to understand, when God gives you a gift and when God gives you a talent, he expects it to be used for his glory. Am I right about that? And he expects you to be a one who will be excited about using your gift, your talent, your knowledge, your presence for the word of and for the work of God. And it's important that we understand that and stop being just sitting around thinking that, amen, I'm not like the other can do it. Don't worry about what the others do. You do what the Lord has told you to do. And that's another thing. We get so caught up in trying to copy after somebody else and be way out of God's will instead of just doing and saying what the Lord wants you to do. That's your accountability.